how long do you keep wills in your vault?
Oh my God, I've got wills that go back to the 50s, and they're done on onion paper and carbon paper copies. So we've got a huge stash of wills. If you're, I don't know if you're saying you've lost yours, Daryl, but if you did, there's a good chance I've got a signed one here in my office. When we do wills for clients, we do have them sign 2 copies. One is the originals for them, and we keep a signed copy in our office as well. And that just kind of reminded me of a story that I've never told you before.
Oh, I'd love to hear.
Well, I've been a lawyer since 1981. I had the privilege of practicing law with my father for the first 5 years of practice. We had an office in downtown Orlando. I can, picture it perfectly, right? And we had one cabinet where he kept all his copies of signed wills. At that moment in time, maybe 2 shelves full of wills, But I remember at some point in time, we're looking at this cabinet full of wills, and he looks at me and he goes, that's the most valuable thing I'm going to be leaving you in this law practice, this cabinet full of wills.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was his meaning of that?
His meaning is that someday these people are going to pass away, and you're going to get to do the probate for them more than likely.
Oh, okay, but that's what he was thinking.
That's what he was thinking, okay?
Okay.
Even he knew back then in the day that probates were expensive. It was a good source of income for attorneys, and that's a reason why we're all about helping people to avoid probate here in Florida. But, we've gone from 2 cabinets of signed wills to thousands.
Oh, thousands.
Of signed wills, okay? And it serves people because sometimes they'll call us and say, Tom, I signed my will with you 5 years ago. I've lost my copy. Well, guess what? We've got an original that we can send them. But it also means that occasionally I get in there, somebody says, do you have a signed copy of my will in there? I get in and start looking at these wills, and I find these wills that go back to the 1950s that my dad did, and they would be on they'd be on onion paper, I think they called it.
Onion skin paper.
Onion skin paper that were typed via carbon paper. I mean, these are ancient, but they're fun to look at because they all have my dad's signature on them, of course.
Of course, that's really special for you to look at that and see your dad's signature. And it's also special when somebody brings one in.
One other thing about them, onion skin paper, typed with carbons, and always on legal paper. And back then, man, I'm talking 81, whether it's legal paper for your wills or whether it's your letterhead, it was all about engraved. Okay, there was no, I don't know what kind of, what I'm talking about. I mean, literally engraved paper.
Right.
I mean, that was, everything was very formal back then.